We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree? Yes. Co-creating at its best, really. You know what you are wanting? You're appreciating your magnificent leading edge physical experience filled with all kinds of contrast that inspires you to your own particular awareness of what you want. And you realize that if it were not for your awareness of what you do not want, you could not know what you do want. And you realize that you will always be standing on that fresh new place where there will always be some form of contrast that will help you with that distinction. And you realize that you were born specifically into this contrasting time-space reality because that distinction was important to you. You wanted to hone out your personal preferences. And you realize, therefore, that you will always, no matter what eternal being that you are, be standing in a place where there is variety for you to choose from. And in your awareness of what you do not want, what you do want is born, but isn't it logical that you are not necessarily up to speed with what you do want in the moment that you give birth to it? Isn't it nice to know that things are working out just right when you really, 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 really want something that isn't coming? Well, someday you will reach the place where you will say, yes, 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 yes to all of those questions. You will even say yes to further probing, unpleasant, obnoxious questions from Abraham. Like, you understand you are eternal beings? And you know that the larger part of you remains in the non-physical perspective, even though this magnificent part of you is here, focused in this body. And you know that when in this body, life gives you awareness of what you don't want and therefore gives you awareness of what you do want, that it is natural that there would be a gap, especially in the beginning, between where you are and what you now want. And you understand that there will always be, as long as you are physically focused, some degree of gap between who life has caused you to become and who you are currently allowing yourself to become. Do you understand that in physical form, you have signed on to live life in the gap? We're not kidding you about that, because let us give you the whole story here. It helps to understand the whole cycle of life. So you are source energy before you come forth into this physical body. Many people acknowledge that. But what most of our physical friends do not understand is that even though you were non-physical energy before you were physically focused, even though you are now physically focused, the larger part of you is still non-physically focused. It's like the source of the electricity in your electrical system doesn't come forth and be the toaster. It is the source that powers the toaster, but it doesn't be the toaster. There is the source, there's the toaster that comes to life because of the source. And we just want you to know, dear hearts, we love you very much, you are the toaster. You are the extension of source energy. You're here experiencing this leading edge experience, but all of you didn't come forth. Physical friends say, well, there's dead and there's alive, therefore there must be physical and non-physical. And we say, there is no dead, there's only alive and alive, and there's only life and life. But this life is non-physically focused and sometimes physically focused. And when you are physically focused, you are the leading edge of that which is non-physically focused. Do you see that, sort of? Do you understand that when you're living out here on the nitty-gritty edge of life, that the contrast that you knew would be there literally inspires from you, genius, brilliant creator that you are, a new idea of what would be improved for you? The mantra of non-physical is more expansion, more discovery, more preference, more improvement. More improvement for joyous life experience. That is the mantra of the eternal part of you. So you said, I will joyously go forth and expose myself to the contrast, for from it I know I will come all day long, every day, to new awarenesses of what would be an improved state of being from my personal perspective. So you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And every time you hone a little bit of that clarity from life, the preference radiates from you in a vibrational rocket, so to speak. And this is the part that we so want you to understand. When that desire exudes from you, even if you're not aware that it has happened, you're not talking about it necessarily. It's just someone was rude to you and you prefer they would be nicer. There went a rocket. You don't have enough of something you want, you prefer more of it. There went another rocket. And as these rockets shoot forth from you, the non-physical part of you follows the stream of the rocket, rides the rocket, becomes the vibrational equivalent of this never-ending stream of preferences that are born from you. This is how evolution happens. This is how expansion happens. So the source energy part of you literally becomes the vibrational equivalent of your desires. Now, many of you say, and that's important to me because... And we say it's important to you because all things happen in just that way. There is an idea of them. The idea is then contemplated longer. The longer the idea is contemplated, the more law of attraction responds to it, until eventually there is enough attraction to the idea that there is the perception of that which you call physical reality. In other words, everything that you know in your physical form was at one time only an idea. Everything in your own personal experience, everything that you call my real life experience, everything that you have come to full manifestation of, all of it was thought first. And many of you say, oh, but I wasn't thinking it, so I wasn't the creator of that. And we say, you have forgotten that you were thinking even before you were in this physical body. You have forgotten that you were expressing intention about this physical body even before you became this physical body. You have been the creator of that which is you from long before that which is you was recognized by those who surround you. You are source energy. You are the creator of your reality. And everything that happens to you is about your thought process. So the way the cycle works is you are non-physical energy. You express a part of that consciousness into this physical expression, and splat, you are born. And here in this physical experience, now you are exploring the contrast. You know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And as you express those rockets forward, the non-physical part of you rides those rockets and literally becomes the vibrational equivalent of everything that you are asking for. Even things that just happened today have already been put into your vibrational escrow, and the larger part of them, the larger part of you has already become them. In other words, you are in a constant state of becoming. And the question that this workshop wants to ask and answer is, are you keeping up with you? When you know you don't have enough money and you want more money, do you know that a vibrational escrow is formed for you? And do you know that with all of the not having enough money that you've been living, and therefore all of the asking for more money that you've been asking for, there is a veritable fortune amassed for you in what we lovingly refer to as your vibrational escrow. Vibrational escrow meaning it is there, it is encoded for you, by you, it is being held for you, no one can take it away from you, it's that which you have created, it is being tended for, no, even more, it is being beed by that which you really are. We've written a book, given it the best title that was ever given to any book ever, Ask and It Is Given. We like that title because it tells the whole story in the title. But we've just given you the longer version of the title. The publisher thought it was too long, but we liked it anyway. The longer version of the title says, so I am non-physically focused. I am non-physical source energy. And I project a part of that consciousness into the physical, where I become this physical being that I know as me, where I explore the magnificent variety and contrast of time-space reality on planet Earth, where I know what I don't want and know what I do want and know what I don't want and know what I do want, and rockets of desire shoot forth from me. And then I become this vibrational being, this expanded being, and the non-physical part of me rides those rockets and tends all that I've become and holds that vibrational essence and calls me toward it never-endedly, and when I relax and allow myself to go in the direction of that which I have become and allow it, then it is. We agree it's a bit long for the front of the book. And the title, Ask and It Is Given, tells the same story. When you ask, when life causes you to ask, not only is it given, the source energy part of you becomes it and calls you toward it. And the reason that we are making such a big point here is because when life has caused the larger part of you to become something that the physical part of you is not allowing yourself to be, you don't feel very good. In other words, when life has caused you to become more loving or to become more expectant of good things, when life has caused you to be more prosperous, to be more healthy, do you see what we're talking about? When you're sick, you ask for wellness. Do you know that vibrationally speaking, you are weller after you've been sick than you were before you were sick? Because when you were sick, you asked for more wellness than you did when you were well? Do you know that when you don't have enough money, your non-physical counterpart becomes more prosperous because you ask for more money when you don't have enough money than you do when you do have enough money? Do you see how it works? The contrast is what causes you to become. And the reason that you're not as excited about the contrast from your physical standpoint as you are and we are from the non-physical standpoint is because you keep beating the drum of what is instead of beating the drum of what life has caused you to ask for. Our physical friends say to us, I really want more money. And we say, tell us about it. And they say, well, I need more money. I don't have enough money. And we say, well, tell us about why you want more money. And they say, I don't have enough money. I've never had enough money. I don't have enough money. Look how I'm living. Look at my car. I don't have enough money. 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 Don't have enough money. I 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 don't know anybody who has enough money. I don't know anybody who has enough money. I hardly know anybody who has enough money. Hardly anybody I know has enough money. My mother doesn't have enough money. My mother never had enough money. My mother always complained about not having enough money. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. We don't have enough money. That rich bugger over there's got enough money. Probably deals drugs. And what we want you to understand is, as long as the dominant vibration regarding the subject of money within you is there's not enough, then even though every time you know you don't have enough and ask for more, and even though a lot of money has been amassed and circumstances and events have been arranged to yield them to you, in your attitude, in your mood, in your feeling, in your vibrational offering, in your belief, in your habit of vibration, in your habit of thought, in your practiced thought, in your thought that you keep thinking, which is only a belief, you keep offering a vibration that is so different from the vibration of plenty of money that even though plenty of money is being offered to you in endless ways, you're blind to it, you do not allow it, you won't let it in, you disallow it, you resist it, because your vibration relative to money is over here, I don't have enough money, and your fortune is over here, there's plenty of money. There's plenty of money. Money's like air. It's available to all. It will come to anyone who lets it in. It's not difficult to have money. Money has been provided. The resources of the universe will provide anything that you're asking for, anything that you want. If this time-space reality has the ability to cause you to want it or be it, anything that you're asking for is already aligned for you. In other words, that's the drum that the source within you is beating. All things are possible. Anything that you want has already been arranged. Not only has it been given, the source energy part of you has become it. And so the question that we want to ask you is, are you keeping up with you? Are you keeping up with what life has caused you to become? And the answer to that question is, if I in my physical form feel negative emotion consistently, chronically about some subject, then I'm not even close to what life has caused me to ask for. If I'm starting to feel hopeful, I'm getting closer. If I'm feeling appreciation, I'm so on target that it must begin to show itself to me in vivid, real life form. If I'm depressed, it's a long way off, not in terms of time, but in terms of vibration. If I'm angry, if I'm enraged, if I'm disappointed, if I'm fearful, it's a long way off. Not in terms of time, in terms of vibrational variance. You can't set your radio dial on 6:30 a.m. and hear what's being broadcast on 98.7 FM. The frequencies have to line up. And for you to line up with the manifestations that you seek, you've got to find the feeling place of what you are asking for. You simply can't feel deprived and be abundant of what you're asking for. You just can't get there.